Building blocks. 2025 in Tel Aviv. The future of tech.
Hi, I'm Iri Zohar, founder and CEO at Bring. I've built and scaled 3 companies in the ad tech space, in the retail space, and I've been fortunate to partner with an amazing team. This combination of Web3 degens and senior ad tech executives. And together we're building the first truly scalable Web3 advertising ecosystem. We've partnered with a lot of companies, a lot of really nice brands. You can see them here, above 16,000 retailers and brands. And if you look from their perspective, from the perspective of those real-world companies, and you look at Web3, you see awesome opportunity. Big audience, 600 million users, tech-savvy, smart, affluent, but they cannot reach them. Because if you want to show ads, you need to have access to the UIs, where you can actually put the ads. And the UIs in this industry are controlled by wallets and exchanges. Wallets and exchanges, for obvious reasons, are not showing ads. The way we solve it is by enabling those real-world companies to offer rewards which are tailored exactly for those type of for wallets and exchanges. Let's see a quick example. Let's say I'm a user. I go to Gap. My wallet pops up, offering 4% of what I'm going to buy now in Stark. I just need to click Let's Go. Regular e-commerce, I pay with fiat with my regular credit card. A few minutes later, I'm going to see the Stark in my wallet, which is awesome. Now, as you see, this is tailored for this specific wallet. It's a StarkNet wallet, so I'm offering Stark as the reward. We're working in the Cardano ecosystem. There we're offering ADA, Solana would be Solana, and so on. Now, this is live, and actually generating pretty amazing results. So 10% of the users engage with the offers, click Let's Go and continue. By the way, in some wallets, it's even much more than that. Once they start engaging, they become addicted. So you're seeing a 24% click-through rate. After they try, they want to get more and more rewards, and also very high conversions between activation of deals and actually buying with the retailers. Now this, by the way, you'll be able to try it. There's going to be like a QR code in the end where you can actually try it out now as it's live. This cashback is just the first type of reward that we've launched. We're adding more types of rewards. For example, you can earn crypto for playing games. You can earn crypto for sharing your data. So a bunch of more stuff coming. On the ecosystem perspective, we are the infrastructure. The underlying layer, we call it the rewarding rails, and then the wallets, exchanges, the users, everybody connects to our rewarding rails. Plus the wraps. Wraps or rewards apps are the dApps in our ecosystem. They are the ones who are actually providing those rewards. So for example, the cashback is one specific app, and we're adding more apps, the 2 I spoke about, games, sharing data, and so on. And a bunch of competitors, but none of them is really tailored for wallets and exchanges. Therefore, we are the only ones who are offering truly scalable Web3 advertising ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So thank you very much, Iri. So we have great judges. I just say quickly. Vishai Ovadia from Collider, Ben Rothschild from Node Group, Lou Kerner from Crypto Mondays, Ben Samocha from Crypto Jungle, and Shaoli Rajuan from MasterKey. So thank you very much for joining us. Now, please, 3 minutes. It's really rush. So we want you to ask questions so everyone will know Iri and the startup better. So it's yours. And you have a mic.
So can you tell us a little bit more about the competitive landscape as you skipped it? Now is the time to elaborate a little bit. And basically explain what do you have in mind in terms of decentralized advertisement network?
Sure. So about the competitive landscape, so there's a bunch of companies who are basically like players in the ad tech, in the crypto ad tech space. But none of them are tailored to work with wallets and exchanges. To work with a wallet, you need to offer the token and be operative on the blockchain of that wallet. And since none of them is really offering that, they cannot cooperate with wallets and exchanges. And if you look at wallets, practically, there are no ads there because it doesn't fit. We're the only one who actually fit, looking at wallets and exchanges as the UI, as the base for, where we can offer the access to those big advertisers. Second question was what? Repeat the other part?
Advertisement network. Decentralized advertisement network. What does it mean?
It means, well, it means first of all, to be able to offer trustless type interaction. So being able to solve this actually massive amount, around 40% of cost in regular ad tech is just burned by middlemen, by lawyers, accounting, discrepancies, a lot of difficult stuff which decentralized could solve. So once all the funds are moving on a smart contract and based on a trustless manner, then it's a very big advantage. That's one element of a trustless ad network. And the other one is just being able to access this audience. You have this massive audience which lives in this decentralized environment. So being able to access that, it's another important feature of this decentralized ad network.
So when people ask where are the users, basically you guys have the opportunity to bring the mass adoption, like the normies.
Yeah, there's a lot to do with that because you have a lot of people who are interested, who have installed a wallet, that they are somewhat interested in crypto but never wanted to actually spend money and purchase crypto. So now we give them crypto for free in a way. It's enough that they've installed the wallet to have access to some kind of an exchange, and now they can start earning crypto by just saying yes when they buy with fiat. Now they start having crypto, they become interested, the wallet becomes active, and absolutely it becomes a process where normies can start being real users in our space.
When it comes to privacy, eventually, if we use e-commerce and we do some kind of KYC when we order the product and we give our address because it needs to come to it and stuff like that, how is the data stored and how does that comply both with regulation and general take about user privacy?
So first of all, regulation-wise, it's actually pretty easy because the money that's coming in, the money that users are spending is fiat money, which comes from the regular banking system. The crypto comes actually from us in a way, meaning we're getting paid, from the retailers and brands with fiat, and then we on-ramp that and create the crypto, so it's totally, no suspicion whatsoever. If you talk about privacy, it's actually not so relevant to us, meaning, we only know the wallet address of the user. We basically, accumulate the tokens and then send it to the wallet address. The rest is outside of our control, meaning whatever the privacy policy of the retailer would be, that's what's going to happen. We just deliver the crypto.
But do you have the knowledge of who the customer is? No.
We don't. We get from remember, we're integrated inside the wallets and inside the exchanges. We just get the data they send us. The only thing we need is the wallet address because we just need to give you your tokens. We have no idea who you are. We don't need to know.
I got a quick question. So first of all, where is the rewards come from? And second to that, most of ad tech companies, once they're reaching to 16,000 partnerships, they're already making good money to grow. What do you need the funds for?
So the source of funds are naturally the advertisers. So those retailers and brands, they pay us money when we drive buyers, and it's fiat money, which we then take, convert to crypto. By the way, some of the money goes to the wallets and exchanges. Some of it goes to the different dApps that are implementing it. And you have to have a lot of advertisers and big audience to make money. So we have a lot of advertisers. We have the potential. We now need to sign up more wallets, have more audience, and that's how the really big money would come in.
Okay, we need to finish. Thank you very much.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Gitai from the Feds. We issue FUSD, which is a stablecoin, but it's under collateral. It's under collateral and decentralized stablecoin. Yeah, that's what I said. So everyone knows stablecoin, but USDT and USDC, which are centralized stablecoins, over $200 billion, while decentralized stablecoins are only a fraction of it, 2 or 3%. So if we are using stablecoin, it's almost always centralized. Why? Why is that? That's because decentralized stablecoins are not capital efficient. If you want to issue, if a user wants to issue $100 of stablecoins, they need to lock in CDP more than 150% or $150 in collateral in order to issue the $100 of stablecoin. Okay? So what we are doing, we are allowing users to under collateral and issue more than 100%, more than $100 in FUSD when they are locking $100 of collateral. Okay, that's increased the capital efficiency of the market. Oh, before I'm telling you how this magic happens, both our go-to-market and our target audience are users that want to issue and now issuing decentralized stablecoins. They are now using it already, but we improve it, okay? How it works. So we're using a mechanism called sequential access, which means access by the turn to the liquidity pool. And by allowing the users access by the turn with a game theory structure, this remained that's remain the liquidity and the FUSD stable. Okay, this is live. We are already operating, and by the turn, we are accessing the liquidity and enabling what I said. Okay, don't miss your turn. Join us.
Thank you very much. And questions from our professionals?
All right, super exciting stuff. Can you talk about early days, I know, but how it's scaling and how it's working?
In FUC, how it works today?
Yeah.
So we have more than 15 users now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a huge
Congratulations.
audience. Okay, they're already putting collateral in Arbitrum, and they issue FUSD by the turn. So to be more specific about the AMM, the structure, what can I elaborate?
What's the most important metric that, and maybe at 15, it's not meaningful, but that you'll be focusing on?
Right. So first of all, we know that under collateral or fractional reserve is very dangerous. Okay. So we are building from very narrow liquidity and starting small. And while we testing the system and testing the liquidity and testing the game theory, then we can scale. So we don't want to start with huge liquidity or huge user base and then see that something is not working. So we are building it small, we're building it from scratch, and we're expanding it slowly.
Why is it called the Feds?
So first of all, we mimic the traditional financial system. We mimic the Federal Reserve and the banking system. And issuers are like banks. They are issuing and they are risk sharing among themselves. And this is why we use the Feds as a metaverse version of what the traditional system is doing.
Can you tell us a bit more about the magic? And also, like, are you running any process of underwriting?
So this is all based on 40 years of traditional bank run mitigation research. So we didn't invent anything in the theoretical aspect. We just implement Diamond and Div Big and Green and Lean and all kind of researchers that already research how bank run mitigation can work. And we're just putting it on chain and putting it using tokens and using NFTs and using all the tools that we already have. And by doing it, we're making it happen.
I got a little question. Yeah. First of all, what's the business model, or like how it's generated money? And let's take it 15 years from now. You guys don't have just 15 users. you have 15 million users, daily active users. And you're managing, let's say, USDT today is like 130 billion. You're managing about the same amount. While USDT and USDC are generating tons of money and they're very profitable, you know, have a lot of money for marketing, how can you compete in that?
Yeah, so because now decentralized stablecoins are less efficient than USDC and USDT, we are more efficient. So we, in Seigniorage, making more money than in compared to centralized stablecoins. So we believe that we can be bigger than them.
Again, so maybe I missed that part. How
Yeah,
can you make
sure.
more money?
So by mitigating bank runs, the issue with fractional reserve system is running on the banks, okay? And we have already a lot of research about how to prevent it, how to mitigate it. This is what we are doing by risk sharing and sequential access to the liquidity pool. Theoretically, and we are experimenting that, we can mitigate the bank run, and mitigating the bank run is the peg in stablecoin, can prevent it from happening.
We have time for last question, quick one, if we have it.
I know it's unbelievable, so
let's say you're managing $130 billion,
Incorrect.
and USDT just released that they're making 13 billion from it out of it. How much money would you make out of 130 billion?
more, and I can't tell you how fractional reserve can we be, okay? But more than what they are doing.
Okay, so
Thank you.
a
Sure.
bit before clock. Thank you very much, Gitai.
Thank you.
The Fed.
Okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are Ensemble, and we believe that in the very near future, AI agents will be making our lives much easier and much more productive. You're already starting to see it happen. We believe that it's going to increase exponentially in the very near future. We're here to present a product, our first product at Ensemble, called Agent Hub, which is a marketplace for agents. Think of it as an Upwork or a Fiverr for AI agents. So what is Agent Hub? It's a place where humans and agents collaborate with each other to get stuff done. Humans can hire agents. Agents can hire agents. We believe that you'll see swarms of agents working with each other. How does it work? Here's an example. What you have here is a landing page where someone is registering a rabbi agent who does blessings as a service. So they're listing him here. Once he's listed, he can be found in the inventory amongst the top agents and can be hired accordingly. Once that agent is hired and the blessing is done, he provides proof and can communicate with the user, answering any questions, following up, and communicating. So you might be asking yourself, what kind of agents are you going to have in this marketplace? Well, we see a lot of many different use cases. Things seem to be gravitating more towards the B2B side, so whether it's marketing agents, BD agents, support, HR, et cetera. But there are also some interesting, the rabbi agent is an example, some interesting use cases for consumers facing agents, gaming agents, imagine NPCs that are playing on your behalf, or KOLs that are tweeting on your behalf. So we really see that as the potential. There's a quote that I actually pulled this from Twitter a couple days ago, but Balaji tweeted this, that the complement to probabilistic AI is deterministic crypto. We think it's a match made in heaven, and here's why. Leon.
So Agent Hub is the first product we're building on our Web3 stack, Ansible stack, for trustless collaboration between agents. Agents are working in swarms, and bigger the swarm, more capabilities agents are having. So using our stack, we build like a decentralized swarm of agents, and every agent can join the stack, the protocol base. So there are 3 layers: the identity layer, basically who the agent you're talking to; the economy layer, defining the economic capabilities between agents, subscription model, task model, and below the verification layer, defining like basically how the tasks are verified, chain of thought verification, task verification, and guardrails of agents.
So basically, we see this task as being useful to agents, to many different agents, Web 2 agents as well. In the very near future, a little bit about us. We're a team of rock stars. You really should get to know us. We're from Fuse Network, and I was at Algorand for a while, and our third co-founder at StarkNet. We have builders from Polygon and a lot of contributors. And we invite you, anyone here who might be building an agent, interested in trying us out as a user, interested in investing, we would love to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, questions?
Can you tell us a little bit about the market, like your competitors, like where do you build exactly?
I mean, right now, what we just came back from ETH Denver, which was a wonderful discovery opportunity for us. I think we were a little, full transparency, a little bit disillusioned by the maturity of the market. We were hoping that there would be a larger range of useful agents within Web3 that are actually ready for people to use. I think we're not quite there yet, but we are seeing a lot of agent developers that are having a... That's a tough question.
In Web 2,
No.
there's more agents.
Well, in Web 3, I would guess a few dozen, to be honest with you. I don't think there are hundreds of useful AI agents in Web 3 yet. So I want to answer actually in both, in kind of two ways, right? One is that agent builders, they have trouble with distribution and monetization. So we see ourselves as kind of a key piece to that. And then the other thing, as I mentioned on the tech stack side of things, is we see a lot of really interesting opportunities for Web 2 agents that have nothing to do with crypto, but do need the ability to register themselves somewhere at an immutable source of truth, verification, and potentially payments, even though that might take a little bit longer.
As you guys were talking about your tech stack, what about kind of the next thing you're building there you see coming are you most excited about that you think is going to help move the market?
I'll let you talk.
So we have two use cases we are very excited about. One is around the verification. Basically, agents are error-prone. They do a lot of errors, and we believe using blockchain and our tech, we can verify agent results. And that should actually explore a new business model for agents. Right now, most of agents, they don't make money. OpenAI most of agents are free, and we believe that's because they're wrong on many things. Using blockchain and AVS and tech we're building, you can actually verify agents and provide results that really make sense to pay for. For example, stock reports or token reports that are really true and verified using our stack.
Another questions?
Have you raised funds already? And what's on the roadmap?
So we're about to close our seed, and we're opening another round. I will say a TGE is in the plan, but that being said, again, after Denver...
Why?
There's actually some utility. There's a lot of utility that we believe a token could actually add to the platform on the staking and slashing and reputation management side of things, not to mention being used actually within the platform for discounts and incentives and things like that. But my point about the TGE was right now we're really product focused, right? This is I actually didn't mention the business model is simple. It's service-based fees, right? So there are transactions. We take a little cut of that. We're a real business. That's the focus. TGE will come later. Right now the focus is on building out the product, getting all the users, and scaling this thing.
Thank you very much. Another questions?
Do you have any design partners in terms of making this more accessible to more users who want to use AI agents or builders of AI agents?
That's a great question. We have agents joining the platform. We think that we get a lot of growth going from the B2B sites, discuss with big companies that can use us. Agent launchpads, most of launchpads, they're bad, really. They don't have a high tech. And we built the infrastructure product that just launchpads can use. Virtuals, agent.fun, think about every launchpad you see, they basically integrate our SDK. That's we basically provide value for the agents by integrate it, but also for the dApps. Because basically dApps can integrate our SDKs and think about building like agentic dApps, kind of.
Yeah, and it's both a ground-up approach. Again, like Denver was a great example of just going out and meeting anyone at the hackathon building agents. But I think the true kind of way to scale and distribute is to connect with some of these strategic partners who can help, that top-down approach. Another thing I'll add is data, right? So we see ourselves as kind of this layer. We believe that agents over time will be more and more commoditized, right? So they'll be cheaper, they'll be really good at what they do. So a lot of the value is probably going to flow into the data, into the even I'd say deep end, right? So like the infrastructure, physical infrastructure side of things, and we want to really be placed on that commercial square, let's call it.
Okay, guys, I think we're out of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
If you're in this room today, you probably already understand the power of decentralized finance. DeFi has the potential to completely replace traditional finance in the coming years. But let's be honest. The crypto space today is full of scams, hacks, rug pulls, and experimental projects that may never pan out. Billions have been lost due to poor security, bad investments, and overly complex financial tools. No surprise that 76% of new users abandoned DeFi entirely after their first experience. At Cora, we believe there's a better way. Cora is an AI-powered, self-custodial smart wallet built to protect your assets, optimize your investments, and simplify DeFi, creating the infrastructure needed to reach 1 billion crypto users. Unlike other wallets, Cora doesn't just store your funds, it learns about you, helping you discover the best investment opportunities aligned with your financial goals and risk profile. And security? We don't compromise. With Cora, you're always in control. The wallet is 100% self-custodial. No third parties, no centralized risk, no single point of failure, no Alex Mashinsky, no SPF, just you and your money. We believe next-level protection against common threats. Cora alerts you if you're about to make a suspicious transaction, opens burner wallets automatically in the backend as needed, shielding your assets from phishing scams. Cora is multi-chain on the back end while offering a simplified front-end user experience, eliminating some of the most common crypto-related pain points. It suggests smart investments, analyzes market sentiment using real-time data, rebalances portfolios, trades for you if needed, and even executes complex DeFi tasks that may otherwise take hours across several websites, all through the simple voice prompt, summary, and execute. Our mobile app is now in advanced beta testing with the current sprint wrapping up next week. And honestly, listing all the revolutionary features would take way longer than 3 minutes. While most crypto projects build for the same pool of degens, Cora is laser focused on onboarding new users with simplicity, safety, and personalization, giving us a true blue ocean strategy. We also boast a multi-stream revenue model, including monthly subscription and tokenomics grounded in utility and long-term value. Of course, this vision is only possible with A-list founding team. Our CEO, CTO, and I have each already built 2 successful ventures, and Cora is our third. Our lead investors, Sarson Funds, are veterans of internet innovation and active members of the Satoshi Roundtable. We've graduated from Lou Kerner's Crypto Oracle Accelerator, Yard Hub, and are currently incubated by Mario Nafal's IBC Group. We're raising $2.1 million to scale, and $600,000 is already taken. We're looking for strategic investors who believe in a secure AI-powered future for DeFi. Cora isn't just another wallet. It's your intelligent, trustworthy financial companion. Join us in building the safest, smartest way to manage digital wealth.
Thank you very much. Okay, guys, we want to start? Question, comment?
They're in shock.
You're talking about going after the blue ocean.
Blue ocean.
All those. How are you going to go after the blue ocean?
Well, we just give them a product that makes it simple for them. Onboarding is critical. I myself have spent 7.5 years in eToro. My co-founder and CEO, Matt Rich, as well. Between us, we've onboarded tens of thousands of people into finance. We know the pain points. We know how hard it can be. And this is the broad spectrum of understanding is so difficult. I mean, in eToro, we had hundreds of people on the floor, speaking with people. And always the biggest problem with eToro was the capacity to service those customers. I remember very clearly when we said, okay, we can't do $25 investments anymore, we gotta go to 50. Now they're at like $350, $500 minimum in some regions. If you want a personalized account manager, I mean, that's a $20,000 minimum, okay? If you want Morgan Stanley level, I mean, you gotta have several million in order to put your money there. With AI, we eliminate all of that overhead because the AI already knows, after training, the AI already knows how to handle the user. He understands the way that the user's asking the question and how to answer it for them simply and what to bring up on the screen.
Does that mean you're aiming to be B2C oriented from the start, or are you planning to be B2B2C and go through design partners like Ito, for example, to make their processes easier?
We plan on being B2C from the start. We have been in talks with B2B customers as well.
So what is your GTM strategy?
Excellent question. I think that, first of all, you want to make sure that you got plenty of activity on the network. You've got a big rising community. I think that's very important as far as crypto is concerned. we've already done some amazing experiments about growth hacking, and with very little ad spend, you can bring a lot of users to your platform. When we talk about airdrops, for example, we don't have to give away the KRA token. That's too precious. We are having other tokens come in and provide their airdrops through our platform. That way we can growth hack using their freebies.
Which blockchains do you support at the moment in terms of DeFi applications?
Solana, EVM, and Bitcoin. Have to be Bitcoin. I mean, everything that's happening in Bitcoin and Taproot is just too exciting to miss out on.
Agreed.
I'm a frog holder, by the way.
Any other questions, comments? All right, so thank you very much.
Hey everyone, I'm Liran. And I'm Gal. So, over the recent months, we've been a blow up in the number of AI agents in crypto. We've seen them doing a bunch of stuff on crypto Twitter, like mentioning the favorite token, or maybe even sending a transaction to your friend. But why no real use cases of crypto exist yet? What about DeFi? DeFi has been a product market fit for a while in crypto. And people do amazing things with it, and it gives the users power to do financial operations. The reason we don't see AI agents doing DeFi operations, it's because it's hard. It's hard to manage these transactions. It's hard to build like a platform, an agent like Cora that we saw in the previous speech. That's why we built Edwin. Edwin is an open source library to connect AI agents with DeFi protocols.
Okay, so Edwin is multi-chain, it's agnostic to chains, and it's also agnostic to AI agent frameworks. So basically, if you were to integrate DeFi into your agent, instead of going through the hard, tedious process of working through integration through each DeFi protocol, handling transaction, handling security for the wallet, all you do is plug in Edwin into whichever agent framework you're using, for example, LangChain or ElizaOS or any other popular AI agent framework, and you would get instant access with the agent's wallet into all different DeFi protocols across different chains, so you could automatically use your agent to do staking, lending, liquidity provision, etc. Let's see a demo. So here, this is just an example. What we're going to see is just a simple agent that has Edwin plugged in its backend, and we're using it to do a simple DeFi operation. In this case, we're going to do a supply operation on Aave. So we're using natural language to discuss with the agent. We tell them what we want to do. It understands what we need, and it's asking for more information, which chain we want to work on, how much do we want to supply. We're saying exactly what we need. We need to supply USDC on base using Aave. Now it's using Edwin behind the scenes to run the transaction, parse it, use its own wallet, and you see the transaction is passed successfully, and you can get the transaction hash, and you can see the funds were supplied on Aave. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Imagine once you have an agent and you can program its own brain and you have full DeFi capabilities, you can do a whole range of things. You can have automatic vault management, yield optimization. You can have your agent constantly query the blockchain, check for different APIs and yields, and rebalance its funds, move around, matching to different risk strategies, etc.
I'll just end. So
sentence?
we launched 2 months ago. We see some growth in our GitHub repository. Anyone can use it. We have active builder community, and they are building agents, and we see a lot of collaboration with DeFi protocols for these kind of integrations.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, questions?
Can you tell us a little bit of what's going on behind the scene, how the transaction is being done, what is the wallet?
Yeah, so basically what we do is the agent, at this point we supply it, it's an SDK, right? We have a TypeScript SDK, anyone can use it, we have the GitHub link. What we do is you supply the agent with its own wallet, right? It has its own wallet, it's either a EVM, Solana, and then we have the whole, you supply it with an RPC that you provide at this point, and then it has, we take care of all the transaction management, retries, like all the verification, confirmation of transactions, stuff like that. So we took care of all the heavy lifting for agent builders. So if you're someone from the AI space and you're not deep into crypto dev, you just plug in Edwin and it really takes care of the heavy lifting for you.
How do you make money?
So we have an upcoming announcement.
Yeah, right. So the way we see it right now, since we started, Anthropic has launched their MCP protocol, and we've seen demand, and what we're going to announce sometime soon is Edwin Cloud, which is a remotely hosted Edwin server, which you can use to have it operate the DeFi for you. And obviously, we charge for usage for that. Kind of imagine instead of providing a paid RPC, you use a paid MCP for your agent, which is kind of where agents are going, if you think of it. At this point, we have agent marketplaces, and really what is the moat for agents, right? You have the brain, which is basically a very good prompt, which is also going to get easier, and you have high-quality tools. So we basically are going to provide this remote server with a lot of high-quality DeFi tools that we're going to charge for using. And also we have the open source library, which people can use, but that's if we're more technical.
What have you learned from the successes or failures of some of the early DeFi agents?
Yeah, so while building the library, we also built an agent of our own. We've learned, one, that a lot of primitives, good DeFi primitives, are usually implemented on-chain, like as a vault. So if anyone come with an innovation in DeFi, they have an implementation on-chain, and this is like how most of DeFi protocols come to life. But still, mostly for cross-chain and multi-chain strategies, this is something really difficult, and there is the way for automating and also maybe simplification of DeFi experience for regular crypto consumers. This is like the main use cases we see the focus for agents on top of Edwin.
Another question? Comments? Okay, guys. Thank you very much. This was all the startups.
Building Blocks 2025 in Tel Aviv.